In the neurodivergent community, communication styles can vary greatly, often leading to a unique expression such as info dumping. While info dumping and oversharing may seem similar at first glance, they serve two different purposes and stem from distinct motivations. So I wanted to talk about this because info dumping is a neurodivergent communication style, and I think that we should stop being ashamed of it. Hi friends, I'm Caroline Maguire and I'm here to talk about all things friendship and ADHD. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. So let's get into it today. Understanding these differences is crucial not only for neurodivergent individuals, but also for those interacting with us. Okay, what is info dumping? Info dumping is a communication style commonly associated with neurodivergent individuals. It involves sharing large amounts of information on a particular topic, including a special interest or a hobby. So in terms of info dumping, unlike a conversation which is reciprocal or you might expect from a typical population, it's often one-sided, characterized by highly detailed information and enthusiastic exploration of a topic. Why does info dumping matter? It matters because rather than viewing info dumping as something to be suppressed, it is essentially recognized for its value. Info dumping stimulates the brain, provides a sense of satisfaction, and fulfills the need for engaging deeply on subjects of interest. This practice can include structure to enhance social connections, particularly within communities that share similar interests, like my true crime community where we talk at length about something. For autistic folks, info dumping and oversharing can manifest in unique ways, often stemming from specific interests, sensory processing, and social communication styles. Info dumping is passionately sharing interests. Autistic folks or people with ADHD may have deep, intense interests, sometimes called special interests, in specific hobbies like astronomy, history, animals, true crime, a fictional universe. If you have ever gotten into an Avengers discussion with someone who really knows the Avengers universe, it is shocking the amount of information they draw from comic books. I always think I have a lot of information on this topic, and then I'm completely vested by someone. The information shared is typically factual, technical, detailed. Often it refers to movies or, the original scripts from the 70s that got thrown out. And they may be conveyed without considering the listener's knowledge or interest level. The intent of info dumping, though, is often about impressing others and sharing information and sharing your genuine love of something. And it's a form of connection and a way of expressing excitement. Someone might know the intricate detail of a bird species or scientific terms or something about the migration to the West in the United States. Whatever it is, there are people who know incredible amounts of information. Oversharing to me is different, because oversharing is something that autistic folks and people with ADHD do as well, but it also is something that could be intense emotional information that may trigger another person without actually gauging the comfort or the receptivity of the other person. It really borders often on trauma dumping. It can be about oversharing this incredibly charged information that might be really uncomfortable for the other person and that they're not ready to receive. Now, they're not ready to receive info dumping either, but often I think one of the big distinctions is this highly emotional information that we share in oversharing. There's another piece of this, which is a direct communication style. Many autistic folks and people with ADHD communicate in a very straightforward, honest manner and come across as oversharing because they don't filter their thoughts and expectations. I think the intent of oversharing is also an attempt to build trust and be transparent, but I also think there are times when it is more trauma dumping, when it is more sharing this highly charged information and sort of having these traumatic experiences come up unexpectedly. I think in both cases, people really are trying and really have a good intention. As an oversharer myself, I can say that sometimes I think what I have considered oversharing was really info dumping. I think that key difference lies in the context and how personal the information is. And I wanted to talk about this because I think there's so much shame around info dumping. I think there's too much shame about info dumping. And as you know, I often make videos where I say, like, you can actually flag and say, hey, I'm gonna info dump now. I'm gonna share something I'm enthusiastic about. I'm gonna tell you why you're misinformed about the Avengers. But I think strategies to incorporate info dumping can make it a little less of a lectern for people. And that way they are more likely to see this as a source of us trying to connect, and really that our intentions are so good, which I genuinely think they are. So by saying things like, oh, I wanted to share that, or that reminds me of, or wow, this is a lot of detail, but I want to tell you why I think this. We are flagging the information and sharing it with people and allowing them to know that this info dump is coming. And if they don't have time, that gives them a chance to say, oh, I actually don't have time, I need a jet. I really wanted to talk about this because I think that these forms of communication are very different, but often sort of smushed together as the same. And I think that the nature of info dumping can become something that we embrace and find ways to do in a way that is better for the people we're speaking to, and really allows us to find our people and find out who also has these same passions. I'm going to continue to talk about this and sort of the nuances of oversharing and info dumping, because I think it's a topic that's frankly under discussed. Thank you to everyone who hung on till the end. Bye, friends.